going to start new topic, introduction to financial management. In this topic we will study meaning of financial management. In last lecture I have taught you or I have described the basic points of management and finance. So today we will have a good look of financial management. So first, I'm going to write financial management definition or meaning, you can say. Financial management is that managerial activity which is concerned with planning and controlling of the firm's financial resources. So this meaning discuss the managerial activities which is performed by managers of the organization or employees of the organization, which is generally concerned with planning and controlling of the firm's financial resources. So there will be firm. Firm is generally known as organization. Organization can be profit make motive or non-profit motive. So firm, all type of firm has their financial resources. So they have financial resources. Financial resources means what? Simply money. They have money. So in terms of money, planning and check on money, where we have spent the money, what amount we have spent, what is the result of spending, what is cost incurred, what is benefit derived from using this money. So check is generally called as controlling. So these two activities, actually these activities are functions of management, functions of management. Because management has function of planning, staffing, recruiting, directing, coordinating, controlling. So these two functions performed on financial resources so that these financial resources produce good result or beneficial result to the organization by employees or key managerial personnel. So in simply, we can say financial management is that managerial activity. That means वो सारी activities which is concerned, which has concerned with planning and controlling of firm's financial resources. So keep this in mind. This is the meaning of financial management. Write it in your book. Are you all writing?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
In today's section, I will take lecture in English only. If you didn't understand anything, please ask. Huh?
Sir, done.
Okay. Now we will discuss scope of financial management. What is scope? Scope is considered as areas where we use financial management. You can say we use or we do, because we have to perform certain management functions in terms of finance areas. So, what are the areas where we have to manage the activities? The first area is estimating the requirements of funds. So, estimating means what? Computation होता है, or we can say forecasting. Estimating means computation or forecasting the requirement of the funds. How we can know what amount we require? So for that we have to analyze the all activities of organization, such as we will analyze what is our production activities. In that we can say how much materials we need, how much employees we need, how much electricity will cost, etc. Then we will analyze production के बाद we will analyze sales activities, purchase activities, investing activities, and other important activities. So after analyzing all the activities, we will get we will get the answer of how much fund we require to perform each and all activities. So first step is the requirement of fund estimation. Okay, these all activities are physical activities. Physically you can see if such activities are performed or not. or we have to perform it or not. So without analyzing all the activities, you cannot forecast or you cannot compute the requirement of fund. So in every organization, there are certain activities which are to be performed so that the production can happen, sales activity can happen, and other functions of the organization can properly happen. And if all activities have to be happen, then we require certain funds. So that requirement we have to find from analyzing the activities. Right? Clear? Please say if you are clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next area is decision regarding capital structure. So what is capital structure? Capital structure is nothing but mix of different types of funds, such as how much is own fund or how much is borrowed fund. In such scenario, actually, when we analyze the requirement of fund, then we will take decision regarding capital structure of the organization. So this part is nothing but arranging of arranging of funds. How we will arrange the funds? So we have two options. Either we can raise money through equity shares or preference shares, or we can borrow money from banks or borrow money through debentures, bonds, or etc. financial assistance available. So we have to decide on capital structure, how much we should have owned fund and how much we should have borrowed fund. So proper mix of capital structure is required so that your earnings will not be affected and your shareholders earning will not be affected. So always in such scenario we have to decide capital structure in line with EBIT, that is your firm's earning, and EPS analysis. So we have to see that our firm's earning is also proper and our shareholders earning is also proper. So proper ratio should be maintained in capital structure regarding to own fund and borrowed fund. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next area
Yes, sir.
is investment decision. What is investment decision? Investment decisions are such decisions uh, we have to set up a factory. So in factory we need big machineries, we need space, we need sub assembly points, or we need activity based points, so where our production can happen. So in law investment decision, we take decisions regarding purchase of fixed assets, purchase of fixed assets, and sometime intangible assets or current asset also. Current asset means here inventories or we can say materials. So in investment decision, we will take decisions regarding purchase of fixed asset and intangible assets. For example, design of a product, your copyrights, your trademarks, your patents. You have to take into these for your investment decisions. Okay, investment decision in fixed asset is taken through capital budgeting. So in this part, we have to study capital budgeting, budgeting techniques. Okay, so through capital budgeting techniques, we have to take investment decisions. In the next chapters, we will study about capital budgeting technique. There is whole chapter on capital budgeting techniques. The next area is dividend decision. Dividend decision is most important area in financial management. Generally, the financial managers assist the management in taking financial decisions, or we can say dividend decisions. This involves striking the balance between payment of dividend to shareholders and retained earnings of the company. So in this case, we have to take decision on payment of dividend as well as retained earnings. So decision depends upon the investment opportunities and the objectives of the firm. So these decisions are taken on the basis of investment opportunities available to organizations, such as if we pay the whole amount of profit as a dividend to shareholder, then no amount is available in the firm for other opportunities. For example, if we have a merger and acquisition opportunity, or we have opportunity to acquire some segment of another business, so these cannot be happen if we do not have funds, or this can be done through retained earnings, because if we retain some portion of profit as a retained earnings, then we can use these retained earnings for our upcoming or future opportunities, investment opportunities. For example, we earn 100 rupees and we paid 20 rupees as a dividend, we have 80 rupees, then we can utilize this 80 rupees on coming or favorable investment opportunities. So before taking dividend decision, you have to analyze the investment opportunities available to the firm and what is your goal, what is firm's objective. So accordingly, you have to take dividend decision. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next part is cash management. In cash management, we forecast the total receipts receivable or received in current period or future periods, and total payments which we have to made or we have made in coming future. So in this, we have to keep track on cash receipts and cash payments. So generally, you can make simple formats from January to December for full 1 year, and you can analyze each month's receipts and each month's payment on the basis of your past cash receipts and past cash payments. Cash management can be done department wise also, product wise also, or segment wise also. Okay, so in cash management, we have to keep a good track on cash receipts and cash payments. One second. Mr. Devansh, why you are late? Mr. Devansh, why you are late in this lecture? Always you are coming 30 minutes late. Devansh, you call me after this lecture.
हाँ सर.
Yeah. So we were, we were on cash management. In cash management, we have to forecast our future cash receipts or current cash receipts and future cash payments and current cash payments. We can uh, forecast for each product, each segment of the business, or we can forecast branch wise or department wise also. Okay, cash management helps us if in future there will be shortage of fund or there will be excess of fund. If excess of fund is available in near future, then you can take uh, any good opportunity decisions regarding excess of cash. If you see shortage of fund, then you can arrange that short amount which you need for your continuous production or continuous business transactions. So because of cash management, you will come to know the shortage of fund and excess of fund. If there is excess of fund, you can utilize into any good investment opportunities. If there is shortage of fund, then you have to arrange that amount for your continuous activities. Okay. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
We are going to on next part, evaluation of financial performance. So in this case, you all know what is financial performance. Financial performance is nothing but your earnings or your profits. So you have to continuous check month wise or quarterly or half yearly that how your business is performing. They are generating enough profit according to your plan, your objective, or they are not earning that much profit which you have decided or you have forecasted before. So you have to keep continuous watch on your financial performance. Financial performance is nothing but profit or sales. So you have to keep good watch on profit or sales continuously. This can be done through MIS. What is MIS? Management Information System. This is a technological application where we record each activities performed in organization as per their expenses or income. So MIS will tell us what is the current position of your financial performance. If any day you want to check your financial performance, then you can get a rough idea about your financial performance through MIS. MIS is nothing but a compilation of data. What data? Data is about sales कितना हुआ, purchases कितना हुआ, expenses कितना हुआ, and so on. So day wise, each minute बोलते हैं ना, in organization every minute transactions happens. So you have record of all transactions in your MIS through technical softwares. There are various technical softwares which is used by business organization to maintain the data, and these data are very useful for evaluation of your financial performance. Then there are two more points which you can uh, generally read from any other textbook, such as negotiations for additional funds. Uh, in such scenario, when we need additional funds, for example, if you have a good track record of your financial performance, you have good track record of dividend payments, you have good decisions on capital budgeting or fixed assets, then if you want to expand yourself in certain areas, then you need additional funds. So based on your performance, based on your data, based on your uh, current business scenario, you can demand or you can negotiate additional funds with your financial providers, the financial helpers. For example, banks है, debenture holders है, and other financial institutions हैं. तो आप उनसे फाइनेंस की डिमांड कर सकते हो एट योर कंडीशंस बिकॉज यू आर गुड कस्टमर ऑफ देम. So if you want fund, they can give you fund and you can bargain on interest rates also, because your financial performance and your payment capability is good, then you can negotiate with banks also. And last point, you can say analysis of trends in stock market, how stock market is performing regarding your shares, what is the market price of your shares, what are the competitors market price. So these can be analyzed through stock market. These two functions are additional. Okay, so we have completed scope of financial management. Scope of financial management deals with requirement of funds, a decision regarding capital structure, that is arranging of funds, or you can say acquisition of funds, regarding the investment decisions, regarding dividend decisions, cash management, evaluation of financial performance, and you can bargain for additional funds with banks if you have good uh, track record of your business, and you can also analyze trends in stock market. Okay, I am giving 2 minutes or 3 minutes back break. If you want to ask anything, you can ask. Anybody has any question?
No, sir.
So we should go on next part, that is objectives and goals of financial management. So we already know that financial management deals with planning and control of firm's financial resources, right? Everyone, do you agree with
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, planning and controlling is a managerial function which we have to perform for taking financial decisions of the organization. So, some important objectives of financial management can be: first, proper utilization of funds. Okay, what is proper utilization of funds? Can anybody say? Nobody has answer. It is very simple. There is word called utilization and fund. Fund is your money. So proper utilization of fund is what? Funds to be used for only that purpose for which it was raised or collected. Simply, you have to collect or raised money from your shareholders, your debenture holders, or from financial institutions. So you have raised money to perform certain activities, to perform certain tasks of the organization. So funds to be utilized for that purpose only. You cannot utilize that fund for any other purpose or your personal purpose. So keep this in mind. Always, financial manager has responsibility to ensure that the funds are properly utilized in the business for only that purpose for which it was collected. Okay, and you have to utilize your funds to ensure that that funds can generate profit or earnings to the organization. There should be value addition. Okay, you have 1 crore rupees and you put that 1 crore rupees into your business and you are earning nothing. So that case should not be there. If you are using the fund, you should have the proper idea or proper generation of income sources to the organization. So if any activity is not generating a source of income, then you should not invest your fund in that activity. So these items should be considered by you or either financial managers. Okay, second part is maximization of return on investment. What does this mean? Maximization of return on investment. What does this mean? So in such scenario, every organization has primary objective to earn good profits. So every organization has primary objective to earn good profit or generate returns. If firm is generating good profit or firm is generating high returns, then it facilitate that firm has enough fund in their organization. If your profit is not good, then you have to borrow money from outsiders to perform your task. So the primary objective of the firm is to earn good profit, because if you have good profits or good returns, then you do not have to be depend on any external borrowings. And at the same time you can, matlab company can distribute good returns to the shareholders, such as dividend and bonus shares. If shareholders are happy, first is what, you have to earn good profit. Good profit can result no borrowings from outsiders, because you can distribute good returns to the shareholders in terms of dividend and bonus. Okay. This will lead to shareholder will trust on the company's performance, or shareholder will invest more if you are paying them good dividend and timely bonus shares. So second objective or second goal of the organization is maximization of return on their investments. Third one is survival. What is in the case of survival? What do you mean by survival? Company needs to be survive in bad times, such as now we are seeing COVID-19 situation. In such situation, mostly various companies are facing financial crunch. Mostly we are seeing that people are going to be unemployed, businesses are not earning much, production is not happening because of shortage of fund. So survival comes in this part. If in the economy there is bad time, there is recession, there is depression, for that period of time you have to think on your savings, your investment, your reserves. Business has to properly utilize their earnings for creating good reserves for this kind of situations, such as recession, depression, down market, or you can say natural calamities, or you can say COVID-19 situation. In such time, survival is very important. So if you have good financial management in the organization, then you can survive in these tough times also. So survival is the one of the objective of financial management. Okay. Or you can say, in the tough competition you have to survive in the market, because if one company have good time, then another company may have bad time. So company has to think on that point also. So they have to create proper reserves, they have to create proper financial structure, they have to create proper costing system, they have to create proper sales team, so that in tough times they have funds to survive. Okay. Next, for cash flow. What is cash flow? Cash flow is generally cash inflow and cash outflow. Cash inflow, when your sales are high, then you have high cash inflow. There is revenue sources to your organization other than sales, then you will have cash inflow in the organization. Cash outflow means your expenses, your capital expenditures, your revenue expenditures. These leads cash outflow because your cash goes out for these expenses. And sales and other revenues are sources of cash inflow. In simple terms, cash inflow is termed as receipts and cash outflow termed as payments. So there should be proper balance between cash inflow and cash outflow. You have to check it on regular basis that the firm should have good cash flow, because if there is no cash, you cannot perform anything. So you have to make proper balance between cash inflow and cash outflow. Then break even point. It is one of the important short term objective of financial management. Break even is what? Short term objective of financial management. Break even point is what? Break even point refers to the situation when firm is able to achieve a certain level of sales turnover to cover its fixed cost or total cost, you can say. So break even point is a point where your sales are equal to your all cost. Means there is no profit or no loss. Why break even point is very important? Can anybody say? Why break even point is very important? In case of startup, you can think there is very much there is very much investments. You have to invest more. Then you have to think about sales and all cost. You have to make such amount of sales to cover your particular time expenses, your particular period expenses. For example, your 1 year expenses will cost 1 crore rupees, then you have to make sales up to 1 crore rupees, so that there is a such point when you cannot have no loss or you cannot have neither profit. Okay, so break even points is very important to such firms which are new in the market, or which have introduced new product to the market, which have introduced new services to the market. So in that case, they have a setup time, or they have to take a good position in the market in very near point. So they have to survive till that point. So in that case, they have to maintain good break even point. Means if 6 months expenses are 1 crore, then they have to make sales of 1 crore rupees within 6 months. So this is a short-term objective for startups, for that companies who have introduced new products. So they have to make ensure that company has enough sales to cover total cost or all cost of the organization, or related to that product or related to that service. So there should be no profit or no loss, and we can survive, and we can have good sales in coming future. So till that point of time, you have to see the break even point. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Or sometime if you achieve that break even point, okay, because कंपनी ने अचीव कर लिया ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट, देन उसके लिए बहुत ही अच्छा चांस होता है कि वो आगे फ्यूचर में ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट्स अर्न कर सके, बिकॉज ये अगर आपने 6 महीने या 1 साल एनालाइज कर लिया कि भाई मैं इतना सेल्स कर पा रहा हूँ और मेरे कॉस्ट को मैं कवर कर पा रहा हूँ, देन आप उसमें कुछ चेंजेस करके यू न्यू प्लानिंग लाकर, न्यू पॉलिसीज बनाकर, न्यू कंट्रोल सिस्टम लाकर आप कॉस्ट को रिड्यूस कर सकते हो एंड सेल्स को इंक्रीज कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट, minimum profit. What is minimum profit? Can anybody say what is minimum profit?
ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट सर.
मिनिमम का मतलब होता है मिनिमम प्रॉफिट कमाना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, sales is rupees 1 crore, cost is rupees 80 lakhs, then you have 20 lakhs. Okay, profit. If capital contributed by shareholder or other debenture holders are 100 crores and you have to pay dividend, or you have decided to pay dividend of 20 lakhs, okay, or you can say your cost of capital is 20%. So 20% of cost of capital is 20 lakhs. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि डिविडेंड ही पे करना है, आपको इंटरेस्ट भी पे करना पड़ सकता है. तो टोटल कॉस्ट आपका मान लो 20% है. ठीक है, तो आपका मिनिमम जो होगा प्रॉफिट कितना होना चाहिए? 20 lakhs का. तो ये मिनिमम प्रॉफिट होता है. तो याद रखिए कि जो कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल होता है, कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल जितना परसेंट भी आपका बनेगा आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, आप जब कैलकुलेट करोगे, कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल भी एक चैप्टर का पार्ट है, प्रैक्टिकल है. तो ये याद रखना है कि जितना हमारा कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल होता है उतना प्रॉफिट तो एटलीस्ट हम अर्न करें. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए भी फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट टेक्निक्स यूज की जाती है. नेक्स्ट इज ensure coordination. So in such situation I can say the proper coordination should be ensured, that all activities of the organization are coordinated with each other. Finance department is helping each departments, so there should be a proper coordination. If there is no proper coordination, you cannot achieve your firm's objective. Simple. If there is coordination, you can achieve your objective. If there is no coordination, you cannot achieve your objectives. Good image of the organization. Good image of the organization can be made if your product is qualitative at a reasonable cost and it is selling in the market at reasonable price. Company is earning continuous profit. Company is paying timely dividend to their shareholder. Company is paying interest and principal amount to debt holder on time. Such management or such financial management helps to create good image of the organization in the market. So good image or good reputation or goodwill of the firm can be created in the market with the help of financial management. ठीक है, it is the long term process, it cannot be achieved in short term, it is long term process, but by following previous objectives. such as proper utilization of funds, a proper maximization of return on investment, if you have survival capacity, if you have good cash flow statement or good cash flow, you are maintaining break even point in certain times when you are introducing new product, new service, or you are startup, you are earning minimum profit. If you are keeping all things at their place, or you are maintaining good financial management in your organization system, then automatically image of the organization will be good in the eyes of the customer, eyes of the employees, eyes of the shareholder, eyes of the bankers, eyes of the financial institutions. Okay, so financial management helps to create good image of the organization in the market. So these are the objectives and goals of financial management. Now we will have another 15 minutes. If you want to discuss anything, you can ask me.